take you to see Dr. Elizabeth.
Okay.
And you can also draw your blood.
Okay. Oh, that's the fun part. I get to draw some blood.
Hi, how are you?
Good to see you.
Hey, how are you? Okay, so here's room to the exam room.
Okay.
I'm going to have Dr. Elizabeth come out and she'll just do a regular exam, listen to your heart. Sometimes there may be some underlying cause of obesity that you may not be aware of. But
right.
yeah, unfortunately, believe it or not, there's less than 4%, I think the last statistic was, of people that can actually maintain their weight without working on it. It's a very low.
It's a low number.
It's a very low number. Everyone will say, "Oh, well, what do you know? You're thin," or "What do you know?" Well, you know what? Go into a restaurant and look at how thin people eat. Mm-hmm. Look at how they live.
Yeah, it's true.
And that's what it's about. But just to be safe, it's always good to have a doctor check you out.
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
And obesity does play a toll on your body. So just to make sure that nothing has happened, there's no secrets. We like to look at you from the inside out.
Great.
All right?
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. So I guess I'm gonna have a seat. I'm gonna get my physical here, and this is gonna be able to outline exactly what we need to stabilize certain things inside my body so that I can start dropping off this weight. Okay, so I'm over the initial shock of finding out that I am 219 pounds right now, and that's like 89 pounds over the weight that I should be, more or less. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get examined by the doctor, and she's going to be able to tell me what's going on internally so that we can start rectifying the problem.
Hi.
Hi.
Dr. Elizabeth Kogelwasser, nice to meet you.
Hi, doctor. Nice to meet you. Patty Rodriguez.
We're here today to do your physical.
Yes.
So we can get you started on your weight loss
Okay.
program.
I'm looking forward to that.
Good. Have you had any surgeries?
My last pregnancy was breech, so I had to have a C-section.
You overweight at that time already?
Yes.
Because complications with pregnancy are also due to being overweight.
Oh, really? I wasn't aware of that.
Being overweight puts you at higher risk for medical complications during pregnancy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so obesity has a wide range of problems that come with it.
Okay.
And what kind of diets have you tried in the past?
I can't say I've ever, I've tried, some products, that you find over the counter, the shakes and things of that nature, but I can't say that I've ever had this diet program I've started. It's pretty much just trying to cut down on what I was eating. I have an incredible sweet tooth. I have this thing about chocolate milk. I can't tell you, love my chocolates, but, really the way I lost it the last time was just trying to curb and getting all the junk food out of my system, but...
Well, the key is just to think of eating in a whole different way.
Right.
You don't want to think of, well, no, I can't have chocolate. You want to think about that you're going to have the healthy foods instead. You're not going to miss the things you're not supposed to have. You're going to enjoy the foods that you can have. So you think of food in a whole new way.
Okay.
You think about food as giving you nutrition, giving you energy, giving you strength, giving you health. And this way you think of food in a whole different way.
Okay.
The type 2 diabetic is the type of diabetic you get from being overweight.
Okay.
That's the one that's really taking over the United States right now, is the type 2. Type 1 is a kind that you get from pancreatic dysfunction, and that you can't help if you get that. But the type 2 is really the one that's diet controlled. Because when you're overweight, you get insulin resistance, so your insulin can't work. And if your insulin can't work as well, your sugars go up.
Now, do you get any kind of symptoms? Are there any kind of things that we should be watching out,
for diabetes?
That give you that, yeah.
Well, the main symptoms for diabetes are very thirsty, having to urinate a lot, and fatigue. But the problem is, by the time you get your symptoms for diabetes, your sugar's already very high. And the people that have mild diabetes have no symptoms. Okay. So once you already have the thirst and the urination, your sugar's already in the 200-300 range, which is already now into the moderate range with diabetics. Okay. So that's another reason why it's good to have checkups every year. Okay. Keep track of your cholesterol, keep track of your sugars. And losing weight actually decreases blood sugars. Okay. So if you're a diabetic, a type 2, and you go on a diet, you lose weight, you eat right, you can actually come off of your diabetic medications and your insulin just by losing weight.
Wow. That's incredible. See, America needs to know that.
Yes.
A lot of people are struggling with it and, just eating healthy and getting down to a good weight. could, solve all that.
That will, yes, definitely. That's why it's such an epidemic now with obesity. Because it's not only obesity itself, but it's all the medical conditions that are caused by obesity,
Right.
like the diabetes, heart attacks, strokes. Those are all things that are risk factors for obesity.
The other struggle I have is carbs. I love the carbs, but I overdo it. And I think that also, if I understand it correctly, has to do with sugars and,
Right. Because the carbs are sugars, basically.
Bottom line.
They turn into sugars. So if you have a lot of carbs, that also then turns into sugars, which then goes into fat.
Okay.
And a good way to burn carbs is exercise.
Okay.
Exercise actually burns sugars and carbs, and that's the high intensity type aerobic exercise.
Okay.
And it takes about, you have to do, the first 20 minutes is basically just burning the sugars that are in your body now. And when you actually start burning the fat, you actually have to exercise longer. The recommended is about 40 minutes to an hour every day.
Oh,
That's the
okay.
recommended.
That lovely 60-minute workout. Okay. All right. So let's.
But anything you do is good.
Yeah.
You can't just say, oh, I can't do it every day, I'm not going to do it. Even if you do 20 minutes a day, it's better than doing nothing.
Nothing at all. Sure. Absolutely.
Because anything you do helps.
Okay.